let's talk about League One. What's catching your eye for you?
I think a big story developing is Wigan's plight, basically. Really struggling. They have to be worried about relegation now. Luke Williams has gone in at Peterborough, completely turned them around. Kyrell Lisby with a brace for them. His brother, Kyrese Lisby, top goal scorer at Colchester. Dad, Kevin Lisby. I don't think I dreamt it. They've got a podcast, and so they should, that family. And they can't stop scoring goals there, the Lisby. So that's a nice story, but not good for Ryan Lowe.
No,
flip side, they are really struggling. Wigan. Aaron Morley scored the only goal of the game so far for Wickham against Doncaster. They had him on loan from Bolton previous in the season. He's now a permanent and has announced his re-signing with a goal there. And I had to mention Ashley Fletcher. I mean, this is a renaissance of renaissance.
Incredible, isn't it?
I mean, he was at Middlesbrough, he was at West Ham. There was so much thought of him as a young player. Not really happened. That's 13 goals so far this season. He is single-handedly, I would say, and Ian Evatt, the manager, having an impact. But Ashley Fletcher keeping them away from trouble, and a 2-0 margin lead at the moment at Huddersfield. That would be some result for them.
And also, as you're talking, Sam, you might have seen on the video printer, Bolton now 3-0 up. John McAtee with a goal. I mean, some job Stephen Schumacher's doing there.
Yeah, and he's been under pressure. I think around about the turn of the year, a lot of question marks from the supporters. I think generally because of that gap to Lincoln, and that's with respect, but you would never have envisaged them having that ability to get so far ahead of Bolton with the resources that he's playing with there. So having brought in some good players in January and making a really good fist of it now, and you would anticipate Bolton continuing in this vein till the very end of the season.
Yeah, Bobby Reid sent off for Leicester. We'll go there very shortly after we hear the Molineux. Laura Kenyon.
My goodness me, Chelsea have another penalty. At the moment, it remains Wolves 0, Chelsea 1, but a silly decision from Mosquera to push João Pedro in the back. An instant decision from the referee. Arguments from the Wolves fans who surrounded him, who weren't happy with that decision. But to be honest, I don't know how they can possibly argue. There's one person who's got the ball in his hands. He's waiting patiently to take it whilst these arguments continue. It is Cole Palmer. He scored the first one to make it 1-0. He hasn't been in the best of form, has he, in recent weeks, Cole, but he's back on top form here today. He's got the ball on the spot. He's just placing it down. You might want to come back to me because the arguments... Oh, he steps back. Stick with me, Jason. Hands on his hips behind his back, looking for his 7th goal of the Premier League season. Buried it low to the right-hand side. The first penalty goes to the left this time and buries it again to make it Wolves 0, Chelsea 2.
Right, let's go straight to Hull City, Bristol City. That's Benji.
It's an equaliser for the visitors. Hull City 1, Bristol City 1. Simple corner routine. And the defender, Rob Atkinson, has got above his counterpart in the Hull City box. And he's put in a bullet header past Ivor Pandor. It may even go down as an own goal because I think it took a touch off the Hull City defender going in. But Bristol City are definitely level. Hull City 1, Bristol City 1.
Leicester City in some trouble now. Owen Gwynedd.
Yes, Birmingham 1, Leicester 1, but Leicester down to 10 men. Bobby Cordova-Reid sent off for his challenge on Ibrahim Osman. It was an unneeded challenge on the halfway line. Cordova-Reid jumping in, 1 foot it must be said, but it doesn't get the ball, catches the man on the ankle on Osman, who's in a lot of pain. The reaction from his players appealing for a red to the referees. To Cordova-Reid off for a challenge on Osman with the still 1-1.
I'm looking for the Christmas release of the DVDs, most stupid penalties ever, because Mosquera's got to be in that, yeah?
Yeah, with a bit of nuance. Should we throw some nuance in there, Chris? Should we do it? Like he's like, he has pushed him, but the stuff that comes afterwards from João Pedro is what makes the referee sort of give the penalty as such. Because I think João Pedro probably could have carried on with the ball. But he's sold it. In fairness, he's won that penalty and the one before. I can't argue that they're definitely not fouls, but we see people play on through most of that a lot of the time. Sometimes you control the disconnect. You don't really know what you're doing with your body. You know, you make mistakes. And I don't know. I have no idea what he's doing there.
Chris, any idea?
Not really. It's a really stupid push because it's not like João Pedro will be running in directly on goal, but Nedev was right. I mean, that's twice Chelsea have been awarded a penalty, and João Pedro, I mean, if it's windy, he's going to hit the deck. I mean, you know, there's not an unbelievable amount of contact, but he's looking to go down. But there's foolish defending, so maybe.
You could, I think we can make the case with both. Like, I think for Darcy with the first one, trying to stick his leg in, but João Pedro's also been looking for those as well. So it's just a part. Yeah, it's a part of football, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, okay, let's go back to Dunfermline Kelty Hearts. Kenny Crawford.
Still Dunfermline Athletic of the Championship nil, League One Kelty Hearts nil, but a really good chance there for Andy Todd. Seconds after coming on as a substitute, number 9 for Dunfermline, Zach Rudden went off with what looked like a dislocated shoulder. Andy Todd came on, and his first touch of the ball was a header that he sent towards the bottom left-hand corner, but Kelty Hearts goalkeeper Kyle Gourley did well to dive down to his right and save. Dunfermline nil, Kelty nil.
Just want to tell you that Jack Marriott has got his 13th of the season. Reading are level against AFC Wimbledon. Right, Sam, what are the big stories in League Two?
Yeah, I wanted to mention Gillingham getting their nose in front. They've had a real downturn in recent weeks, so they're a goal to the good there. In terms of the leaders, MK Dons won up at Cheltenham. Cheltenham on the flip side again under Steve Cottrell have had a little bit of a downside as well. Cambridge have got back in that game at Harrogate. I was talking about Harrogate's good recruitment in recent weeks. Sutton, that's come in. The wide player Emerson Sutton from QPR, he's one of those guys that Simon Weaver's recruited, and he's got the second goal for Harrogate, but it looks like that's going to be a nervous game there for the Harrogate supporters, desperate need of those 3 points.
Yeah, and Cole Palmer has got a hat-trick. Laura Kenyon.
He has. Wolves nil, Chelsea 3. A cool, calm Cole Palmer bags his hat-trick. 2 penalties. Then this one, centre of the box, a good finish. He's back in form. Rosenior getting the most out of him, and you have to fear for Wolves now. 2 league defeats on the bounce. Cannot get off the bottom of the table. It's Wolves nil, Chelsea 3.
Are Lincoln City back in it? Joshua Redonka.
Plymouth 1, Lincoln City 1, top goal scorer Freddie Draper from a corner, planted header in the 6-yard box past the goalkeeper. They're back in this game, Jason. Plymouth 1, Lincoln 1.
So, Cole Palmer hat-trick inside 38 minutes, Nedham.
Yeah, well, obviously there are 2 penalties. You have 2 good finishes going to either side of the goalkeeper, but then I quite like that third goal because he's made a late run. I think it's a good ball into good cutback from Cucurella. And he steps up, first time finish coming from Leighton. Reminds me a bit of like a Frank Lampard late run into the box, you could say.
Nice.
First time finish, and yeah, how about a hat trick like that?
Yeah, lovely stuff, Chris.
Yeah, they're brilliant finish, and you know the 2 penalties got so much composure, and he sent the keeper the wrong way on a couple of occasions. But this is so easy, for Chelsea. But it's a well worked goal, and good to see Cole Palmer back in form. But what a season that it's been for Wolves. Imagine being a Wolves fan.
It's not 606, you know. Sounds like one of your 606 links.
I'm just saying,
And then all of a sudden the phone lines light up with Wolves fans going, I want to talk to that Sutton.
I mean, it's so. I mean,
You're right. You're absolutely right. It's been dreadful, isn't it?
the old white flag. We have to, sell our best striker who scored 1 goal this season, Strand Larsen to Palace, and get Championship Adam Armstrong in.
Yep, let me just talk about Cole Palmer because that's his 4th Premier League hat-trick. In the context of club and country, it is massive that Cole Palmer hits the ground running now for the next couple of months, especially for England in the World Cup, Nathan.
Let's assume he's going to play, because at the minute it looks like it's Morgan Rogers and Jude Bellingham that'll be the 2 that'll be ahead. You know what I mean?
Would you play Cole Palmer?
I think there's always got to be a way to...
It's not 606, Jason.
Very nice.
I'll be looking to find a way to get him to
Would
the
you play
side.
Cole Palmer?
Not at the minute, no.
Okay.
I'd play Rogers.
Sam?
Not at the moment, no. I mean, the injury issue is a big problem. He can't play many minutes for Chelsea at the moment, so yeah, see the back scoring. Hopefully he can play the 90 today, and then onwards and upwards.
Nice headache to have, though, isn't it?
Amazing. Elgin 1, Partick 1, Ryan Sargent with the equaliser. And what about this for Bristol City? Naz Premji.
Hull City 1, Bristol City 2. The Hull defending leaves a lot to be decided for this one. But Ross McCrory's just inside the box, and he just gets the ball. He's got so much time to shape the shot, and he does. And he curls it into the top corner past Ewald Pandor. Hull City 1, Bristol City 2.
Big goal at Deepdale as well for Preston North End. 1-0 against Portsmouth. Alfie Devine with a goal on 40 minutes. Right, let's go to Will Perry at Emirates.
Well, we've got a goal here at the Emirates, and you can hear who it's gone to. It's Arsenal who lead. Great timing, and it's Martin Zubimendi who's come up with so many goals, so many crucial goals for Arsenal this season. And what a finish this is from the little Spaniard. It's a long ranger, and I think it's clipped the inside of the post. It's beaten Robin Roos, but the Arsenal fans are on their feet, and with Aston Villa winning, that will ease a little bit of tension inside the Emirates. Here it comes down the left-hand side. It's Trossard who lays the ball off to Zubimendi. First time hit inside of the left upright. nothing Rubes can do about that. And the cards have been flying out of Sam Barrett's pocket as well, because just before the goal, it looked like a naughty one actually on the replay from Brian Brobby. Caught Zubimendi right on the top of his foot. That pain would have only just worn off as he tucked that one into the Sunderland goal. And Habib Diarra also in the book for barging into Raya. Some nervy moments at the back for the Arsenal goalkeeper from Sunderland set pieces. But Arsenal have their lead just before half-time. And do you know what, Jason? You can feel the nerves just slightly decreasing here inside the Emirates. They're heading off for a pie and a pint, the Arsenal fans. They lead Sunderland by a goal to nil.
I can imagine. Will, thank you very much indeed. Brilliantly described by Will Perry. And Arsenal now 7 points clear of Aston Villa. And what a strike they took.
Yo, it's a great strike. 3-1v1 as well now. Oh, wow. Penalty to Arsenal. Offside.
He's offside.
Yes, so yeah, 7 points clear as you were saying. Yeah, where were we?
I have no idea.
Okay,
But
so
I can tell why we don't do commentary.
to be honest, I thought it was a great goal from Zubimendi, and it's something Arsenal I think have done well in this game. We've seen in other games as well. Trossard himself, he was on the far side, and he draws across 2 defenders, and it allows them to be able to play a ball to the edge of the box. And Zubimendi had a shot this time, but just before it was Declan Rice, and they've had a couple of attempts from there, and it was a great finish in off that near post.
It was a wonderful strike, the way he cuts across the ball. And Trossard, the pass, he just lets it run across his body, cuts across the ball, and no chance for Rubes.
Beautiful strike. Right then, let's go back to Sam Asher. You've been quiet, Sam.
Yeah, because there hasn't been too much to tell you about, Jason, in the last few minutes. Since you last spoke to me, there were a couple of chances. Firstly, from Bournemouth's Rayan, who hit the bar, all coming from a corner. The ball should have been easily cleared. It was miskicked by the Villa defender, straight onto the head of Rayan, whose looping header just wouldn't drop in time. Up the other end, Wendy has just had a shot well saved. He's finding plenty of space in that number 10 role as well. But it looks like we're going to be going into half-time. Bournemouth 0, Aston Villa 1.
Partick have scored against Elgin in the Scottish Cup. Tony Watt with a goal. Barnett 1-0 up at Walsall. And Peterborough now 3-1 up against Wigan. Jimmy Morgan with a goal on 41. Amari Kellyman has just scored for Cardiff. We'll go there very shortly after we go back to Will Perry.